In the dark, yet bright days of summer, another existential crisis is darkening the mind of the keeper of the oddities. Sensing danger, the gods intervened. And so, a great mystery was laid upon the Temple of the Oddity. Somewhere in the mystical burial grounds of the elusive storage area lay a folder of finest manila. In this folder lies the key to all things which no one else cares about. To find this folder, we must journey through the great audiovisual landfill. Videos will be watched, clues will be gathered, strange and unusual people will be met, and most of all, the flame of the oddity shall be reignited.
Searching my dreams for my innocence, wondering where did it go? Who is the thief that came and stole it from me? What I wouldn't give to know. Oh, oh, oh. Climbing the thorns of my memory, searching for something I lost. When it's right there in front of me, can I really shoulder the cost?
And welcome to the Oddity Archive, the show that really needs cleaning. It's a mess around here. Could probably use a shave too. Anyway, the damn bills are piling up again, so you know what that means. It's time for me to get off my ass and make another archive episode. No more lazy time for Benny Boy. And today, I guess it's just appropriate that we discuss something that could have made you hundreds of thousands of dollars back in the 80s. A lot of good that's going to do me now. Anyway, we're no stranger to weird home video gimmicks and theatrical gimmicks and all that other stuff around here, but I think this one might be the mother of them all. So, today we take a look at something that only the 80s could have ever produced: treasure hunt videos.
How would you like $4 million?
$4 million? Yeah, $4 million. I'm all ears.
First up, we're actually going to take a little look at a full theatrically released film. This movie is called $1 Million Mystery, and it was released in 1987. Producer Dino De Laurentiis, of Barbarella and Halloween 2 fame / infamy, had the idea for a blatant crossover between filmmaking and commercial marketing after seeing people lined up around the block to buy lottery tickets. The idea being that if people were willing to line up for lottery tickets as if they were going to a hot new movie, certainly they'd be willing to line up for a movie that could be like winning the lottery, for a certain attendee, of course. The idea was that the movie would be a rather blunt ad, which would also be part of a pretty grand contest to see who could, quote-unquote, find $1 million prize. In this case, the lucky company was Gladlock Bags. You know, sandwich, freezer, and weirdly enough, garbage bags. The film premiered in June of 1987 and was, unsurprisingly, met with critical hostility and indifferent audiences. Unfortunately, for Oddity archive purposes, in the transition to home video, a lot of the contest clues scattered throughout the movie were cut, along with the film's original ending, in which two cop characters handed the reins to the audience. Of course, these'd be the parts that I'd like to share. Oh well. Anyway, according to the Chicago Sun-Times, the contest did have a winner. A 14-year-old girl from Bakersfield, California, who guessed that the money was hidden in the nose of the Statue of Liberty.
Nearby.
Okay, nobody move.
And these wild and crazy people will do almost anything to find it.
I have watched this film in its home video edition. Think a really lame ripoff of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. For the hopelessly nostalgic, it's the archetypical late 80s, early 90s HBO filler movie, for what that's worth. Oh, by the way, it was nominated for 4 Razzie Awards, but won none of them.
High-speed chases, wild excitement, mysterious clues,
That way.
adventure that falls from the sky. It's more than a movie. $1 million mystery.
I think in retrospect, $1 Million Mystery was the culmination of this overall trend. I mean, up until this point, all these treasure hunt movies had been straight to video. And that leads us to the meat of today's show.
You are lost.
The hell? The meat of today's show.
You are lost.
That's the worst Eddie Deason impression I've ever heard.
I heard that.
Anyway, that brings us to our first video, and this one is from 1984 and is called Money Hunt. And I swear that there was some sort of time-release self-destruct device built into this thing, because the instant I tried to play it, the leader broke. I swear it's a conspiracy. Unfortunately for the makers of this video, I was still able to fix and transfer it. Suck on that. This video was produced by Carl, soon to be Carl Lorimar, Home Video in 1984, and was released sometime around May or June. For what it's worth, my tape has a sticker on it marked June 19th, 1984. Now, the contest window was pretty damn short for this one. It started on June 27th and ended on September 11th, 1984. Obviously, I can't show you the whole movie, but I will offer up an opinion. I thought this was a reasonably well-made parody of the film noir genre. A little corny, but surprisingly solid for something with such a decidedly short shelf life. Unfortunately, the rules of the contest were so convoluted and difficult. I think that trying to solve this mystery was just a total fool's errand. Indeed, before we start, let's take a quick look at just the rules, shall we? Easy as pie! Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Trying to extract anything from this video and still have it be semi-coherent is an effort in futility. So what I've done here, and also to save you from having to sit through some 40 minutes of Money Hunt, not that I'd ever get away with that anyway, is I've boiled it down to just the host segments and just a little piece of the mystery proper. So without further ado, let's take a little look at Money Hunt. It's time for America's favorite new daytime game show, Money Hunt! And here's your host and mine, John Hillerman! Wait, I know that name from somewhere. Oh, hey, I was still working here! I was still working! Hey!
Hello, I'm John Hillerman.
Higgins!
Somewhere in a safety deposit box, much like these behind me, is $100,000. Given a bit of skill, knowledge, and deduction, and a reasonable amount of help from me, this money can be yours.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to Money Hunt. For the next 30 minutes, we hope to entertain you with a story in which you, the audience, can struggle along with our hero.
And change camera.
If you find the clues, and you are the only person to solve the puzzle, the $100,000 is yours. If there is a tie, and more than one of you gets the correct answer, All of you successful puzzlers will be given a further mystery to solve.
Oh, goody.
And the winner of that tiebreaker wins all of the money. But first, there are a few things you should know. All of the clues are logically connected. There is no luck or chance involved. To solve all of the clues, you will undoubtedly have to consult an almanac, an atlas, and so on. But the answer is equally available to everyone. Needless to say, we have thrown in some amusing red herrings.
Like this editing. Try and get a message from that.
Is a region somewhere in the world, a city within that region, and a safety deposit box number, the box where we have hidden the $100,000. I'll be back later to give you some additional information, which may or may not be helpful. So make sure you watch right to the end of the tape, and good luck.
You're gonna need it. Those are gonna be some beautiful chairs someday. Featuring John Ashton on loan from Beverly Hills Cop. Oh, great. I get to watch a documentary on the Darwin theory. Wonderful! Yeah, what's this camera doing here? Yeah, might as well tell my tale.
Cash Hunt's the name. Private detective. My motto, if Cash can't find it, it isn't really lost.
Now, where the hell are my keys?
I guess that just about sums up my last case. The mystery of the missing link.
Hey, how you doing there? Light wax, Mr. Cash?
Yeah, and check the tires too, would you, Lefty?
Oh, sweet! Oh! Damn it, Cash, I was gonna smoke the rest of that. Thanks a lot.
It started during one of the hottest summers on record. Everyone with any sense had left town, and those of us who'd stayed behind
We're left to wonder whether it was 1944 or 84.
It was so hot that in my building, a Norwegian couple on the 4th floor had become Italian. I spent my nights on the streets, staying out till dawn. Once the sun went down, it was cooler out there than in my room. The city was a desert, and we were living like snakes, hiding under rocks all day and lying on the roads at night.
In other words, business as usual in LA.
Than anyone I met who wasn't coiled and ready to strike.
Was that a clue? I think this one's mine. Oh, sorry.
When I got back to my room that morning, I knew that I was in for some trouble.
The woman inside pointing a .38 at my nuts was kind of a giveaway.
Something unusual had happened while I was out. I'd had a call. The first in 3 months. If this was a hang-up like the last one, I was prepared to slash my face severely just below the chin. If nothing else, maybe my eyes would clear up.
Yeah, I hate it when people discuss their quirks with me as well. Pour myself a little gasoline here.
I don't usually do business with machines, Cash, but this can't wait. There's $100,000 at stake, and I've been told that you're someone who'll put up a good fight, even if it means throwing everything you get away. That's exactly the state I'm in. Cash, I'll do anything. Send you my contacts, I'll let you talk to my psychiatrist. Only please help me. Stay where you are. You'll be hearing from me.
I'd always wanted a nice pair of contact lenses.
100,000 clams. I always did have a taste for seafood. Present company accepted, of course. Want any more, Rocco?
Why not?
Truth was, right about now, anything would have tasted good. I hadn't had a square meal in weeks.
Well, maybe if you didn't get your damn shoes shined 4 times a day.
So I did just what that doll said. Sat tight and waited.
Because I was dying for that psychiatrist's phone number.
And there you are.
Yep, I haven't gone anywhere.
By now, you should have a region, a city, and the number of our safety deposit box. But I doubt that you will have got the answer the first time through. If you have, you will also need a telephone number to let us know that you've solved it. And hiding that number has been my task. So, why not play armchair detective? Sit back and go through the tape again and again.
No.
By the way, I should tell you that our phone number is available and open now, and will remain open through midnight Eastern Standard Time, September the 11th, 1984. We will announce who has solved Money Hunt the following day. And of course, it could be you.
Somehow I doubt
I
it.
do urge you to consult the rules, which will be coming up in a moment, along with a list of books which we found useful in creating this puzzle. You'll also find the rules on your cassette box. Well, I've struggled with it myself, and I won't pretend it's easy, but it is fun. So enjoy yourself. And good luck.
Well, I guess you'd like to know how this all ended, huh? Well, I've tried to research this one as best as possible, and sadly, I just haven't found any concrete proof of this quote-unquote puzzle ever being solved. I found a conspiracy theory on IMDb, of all places, claiming that the executive producer's sister probably got the money, but again, nothing solid. Having said that, I wouldn't have been surprised at all if the money did go to an insider. My gut says it probably did. You know, detective's intuition. Ben, the time has come for you to understand your roots. The treasure can be found there. You just gotta dig for it, you know, but you gotta keep going. Just dig.
Shut up!
Shut up, for the love of God. Today's other treasure hunt video came hot on the heels of the late 70s, early 80s treasure hunt book mini craze. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the mother of all treasure hunt videos. And this thing came out at right around the same time as Money Hunt, but it's on a slightly bigger scale. Now, there was a company started just for the purpose of this project called Intravision, and they made a video, a pretty well shot video at that, if slightly ludicrous, and they released it, and the idea was that you could win $500,000 if you could find the golden horse. And if that sounded at all cryptic to you, you ain't heard nothing yet. In May or so of 1984, Intravision, in cahoots with Warner Books and Vestron Video, released a book, VHS tape, CED, and Laserdisc of what they apparently hoped would be the ultimate slab of treasure seeker porn, Treasure in Search of the Golden Horse. At its most basic, the story goes that a little girl is really into horses, Dad gives her a live horse, Dad makes a horse figurine for her out of gold, Dad, the animal, and the figurine all mysteriously disappear, girl goes on a seemingly never-ending hunt for them, girl learns Dad is dead, many years and false leads later, girl now well into adulthood, girl finds herself back where she started, girl finds figurine and horse, who seems weirdly unaffected by the passing of some 15 plus years, and everybody, except Dad, lives happily ever after.
Then you'll come to understand this map, for it shows you exactly where to dig.
Although thousands of treasure seekers read the words and pored over the pictures of the book and the film version of Treasure in Search of the Golden Horse, all of them came up dry. And as the rules specified, the horse and the $500,000 prize money went to a charity when the deadline ran out.
When Treasure, this solid gold horse, was dug up by a representative of Big Brothers and Big Sisters of America, it was a bittersweet moment. On the one hand, a reputable organization would put the prize money to good use. On the other hand, a 5-year-old mystery filled with hopes and dreams of a quick fortune went unsolved.
By 1987, the book and video had fallen out of print due to low demand and mounting debts for Intravision. The May 26, 1989 deadline came and went without any solution to the puzzle, and some 5 months later, amid allegations of the puzzle being unsolvable, a district attorney and FBI agent, both working of their own volition, belatedly cracked the case and found the leftover pieces thereof. The horse was traced to Tennessee Pass in Colorado. The following year, the two retraced their steps for the news magazine/tabloid show Inside Edition. Of course, this being the internet, there are conspiracy theories galore about the legitimacy of the puzzle's solution as well as the two who solved it. Isn't that always the way? By the way, one of the men who solved the puzzle later reposted in pretty serious depth his findings and personal quest behind treasure to the Armchair Treasure Hunting website. Hit rock bottom, but from there you will look up and you will see the folder, and it'll be a great awakening to you. You know,
Quiet!
Somebody remind me to call an exorcist after today's show. Please. Anyway, today's other video. Here's my Laserdisc copy of Treasure. Bet you thought I didn't have a copy. How naive. By the time 1984 rolled around, Laserdiscs had things like chapter search and still frames and alternate soundtracks and some other toys. So you'd think that a company that wanted to be real high-tech and sleek about this would actually, use some of that stuff. Hell no. No, you have to punch in every last thing on here manually. Every couple minutes you're getting interrupted to punch in some stupid code. It's a real pain in the ass, and it's just really disruptive. And I'm not a big treasure hunter sort of guy, but I can only say that if you can get through all the pseudo-mystical garbage on this thing and put up with the technical quirks and still be willing to put in the effort to solve the mystery here, you're a far better person than I. But I suppose you want to take a look at some of this, huh? Well, wouldn't be archive otherwise now, would it? One last note before we get started. My copy has a little case of laser rot, so just a heads up. Okay, let's get going here. You see what I was talking about earlier? You have to do everything yourself. Now, where's my remote? Play. Ah, they're shooting lasers at us! I think there ought to be a comma between horse and treasure. See me after class. This is gonna take a while, so let's just jump through these, huh? Let's not and say we did, huh? Play. I get the hint. You want new shoes. I get it. Welcome to Denver International Airport. Yes, that creepy horse statue really is on purpose. Ben's stomach after eating Mexican food. Getting a nice tan at least.
Somewhere in the earth is buried a horse of gold.
Filled with delicious milk chocolate.
And buried in this story are the clues that will lead you to that secret place. Find, link, and follow the clues that hide in each chapter of our tale. And you will come to understand this map, for it shows you exactly where to dig. But do not dig too deep. Break no law. Take no risk.
And always run your footage backwards, 'cause it looks totally cool.
And when you find it, look into the heart of the golden horse. For there hides the key to a great fortune.
Hidden in a bus depot locker. Oh, scratch that.
It waits for you.
The Alan Parsons Project presents Sheldon Rennan, also responsible in part for such cinematic treasures as Lambada, Dr. Krypton, aka the far less sexy-sounding Paul Hoffman. Ooh, only the tea reflects. That's a clue, right? Right? Let's just jump ahead a wee bit, shall we? Mr. Maps went into hiding after a falling out with his former neighbor, Charles Atlas. Ooh, I'm so clever. Well, this lead seems like a real winner, doesn't it?
Finally, she found a man who was a keeper of maps. He lived in a small house far from the main road.
Damn!
Lost, huh? Come on. Come on in.
Well, let's see. It looks like I got about a 50-50 shot of getting out of here alive. Damn! Oh, I'm all over that, baby. Pretty lady, I gotta go now.
A lot of people are lost nowadays.
Even with their precious GPSs.
Find the place they're looking for. You gotta have a map. Any place you want to go, you gotta have one of these. I got all kinds of maps. The key is you gotta know where you're going. Oh, there are a lot of places. There are a lot of places you could go. But I got the maps.
I own the world.
Many maps. Because you never know what place you're gonna have to find. You know, most folks, they're wasting their time. They don't know where they're going. I don't even have to leave this house anymore.
I can never find my way back anyways.
Longitudes, latitude, degrees, meridian, south of east, north of west, any directions you want to find. You keep looking for it, man. Stay with it.
Moving on. And play. Are we in Australia now?
The second dream was quite clear. She must talk to the rabbit.
Well, who do you think you are, Donnie Darko?
Followed him into this dream and would not leave without him.
Told no one your destination must be your imagination. You could swear somebody's out there hanging on the shadows.
All around her were ghosts. She knew the house had burned to the ground 100 years ago.
It was one seriously kinky masquerade orgy. Whoa. Hey, look it, lady. I got caught in a geometry storm once.
Spirits who haunted it.
I tell you, these Denver, Capitol Hill hipster clubs are really getting weird.
Must you suffer this intrusion?
Where's your mask, freak?
Your illusion. Now there is some real confusion. You could swear somebody's out there.
So you tell me this place burned down? Shocker. Oh hey, nice of O.J. Simpson to stop by.
Even the food on the table was a memory of banquets past.
Thursday night at the Minot place.
Although it was, she noticed, certainly an odd selection.
Again, Thursday night at Benny Boy's.
I swear, baby, I am not the man. I can't say that I don't understand. That's what it takes to get through.
So, you want to be fruitful and multiply later, if you get my drift?
Hanging in the shadow.
The rabbit was interested in the dancing girl.
Hey, I tell you, babe, the Energizer Bunny's got nothing on me.
If she had not insisted. "Where is my horse?" she asked. And dreamed he answered, "Here's a clue, but I will mask it."
What a sweetheart. And let's just jump ahead to the end, huh? And play. Two basketball games for the price of one.
Footsteps over a swinging bridge brought her to air sweet with the smell of clover and hay.
Those ballet slippers have been welded to her feet for the last decade.
Past this, she found the workshop of wood, her father's old place.
Sucker! You never had to leave home! Who the hell are you?
Dust lay everywhere, for here time had truly stopped.
I know the feeling.
Each article lay waiting, as if its master would soon return. On the table she found his coat, coarse to the touch, but warm and full of safety. A horse, earthen in color, lay under a chain.
Well, the horse needs a little grooming, doesn't he?
Beyond it were drawings she had dreamed before. In the meadow, the horse was waiting for her.
Where in the hell have you been?
Always been.
I tell you, I walk away for 20 minutes, you walk away for 20 years, bitch.
Oh, good thing we had a stunt horse ready. And the big ending, everybody. Get comfy. Ow! Ow! Jeez! Ow! No! No! No!
She found her treasure. Now you find yours.
You know, they keep deep sixing their own really nice film work with these cheesy ass effects. Treasure, in case you forgot. Well, that's it for today's archive. Join us next time.
I was saying, Ben, the folder is drawing near. You just gotta look a little harder
You're
for
dead.
it. I mean,
you are dead, but you're really dead now.
I'm scared. Oh, I'm so scared, Ben. Come and get me. Come on, come and get me. Yeah, yeah.
Come on.
Ow. Yeah. Ow. Come on. Ow. Hurt. Ah.
Look at all this junk. So much crap in here. What's this? Oh. I haven't seen this in a while. Is the camera still on? Oh, look at all that. Just...
Can I really shoulder the cost? Whoa, the answer must lie somewhere, hidden in the secrets of the code.